Hey everybody, it's Mandy from This Lovely Path, and I am going to show you my schoolroom for the 2017-2018 school year. And I just wanted to say quickly, I know a lot of young, newer homeschooling moms are probably watching these videos, and I would just like to stress that not everyone has a schoolroom, and that's perfectly fine. You can school anywhere. This is the first time, this last year, is the first time I've ever had an actual schoolroom. Before that, it's always been the dining room. Another thing, I have a lot of homeschooling stuff and resources, and I fill an entire room. I also have kids from 9 to 16. So I have 2 middle schoolers, an elementary, and a high schooler this year. So obviously I'm going to need more than someone who is just homeschooling littles starting out. So I just want to get that out of the way so you guys don't feel like, oh my gosh, she has so much more than me, or look at that space. Because as you school over the years, your stuff does grow. And I am not good at purging. I keep most of my curriculum to use with the youngers. So just wanted to get that out of the way, and now I will show you our schoolroom. So our schoolroom is actually part of the family room. And I'm just going to kind of pan it quickly so you can see kind of where we school. And then I'll kind of show you, let me show you, I did not clean up for you guys, so just letting you know. So this is the family room. So this couch is kind of the divider between the two. And then we also have, so you can kind of see, this is a really usable space. There's a bathroom, laundry's right there, which is why there's always laundry on the couch. And then that's our front door right there, living room and kitchen. So even though we have a 4-story house technically, it's a really usable space for school. It doesn't feel like anything's, my kids are down here all the time, whether it's crafting or school or whatever. Okay, so starting here, and some of this is not, this is going to change, I'm sure, because we all know as we start schooling, grand plans kind of change. We realize stuff isn't accessible or whatever. So we do picture studies. So I will be keeping the picture study book up here. This is my planner box. I'm just going to, whichever unit we're on, I'm just going to put a book that correlates up for the kids to grab and look at. When you put books out, they tend to look at them more easily than if they're just down filed away somewhere. Ignore this. This is just clutter that we're using for the summer art project stuff. This is my morning time basket. I will do a different video on that. Right here is all my teacher resource books that I will be using for this year. This also goes with morning time right here. Our geography in the back that we are using currently. Down here is geography, social studies stuff that we are not necessarily using this year. This is our history unit that we will start with, which is Greece. So I use Mystery of History as kind of a spine when it comes to the last couple years. No, last year and then this year. And that kind of gives me an outline, but then I take it from there and I kind of change it into a unit study approach. So we will start with Greece because that's where we left off. So this is all my Greece books are pulled. All the other history books that I will refer to throughout the year, and our Book of Centuries. This is all of our art study stuff. So this is going to have like art books and specific stuff that we need. Kind of the nicer art project stuff, I guess, that the kids are not allowed to just get into. This is the math bucket. I wrote maths just to be a smart aleck because my kids know I'm obsessed with all things British. This one is currently empty. It will not stay that way for long. I'm just not sure what's going to go there yet. The printer, paper, laptop area with all the printer paper and ink and their math books because they do math on the computer, calculators, that kind of stuff is right there. This is that beautiful Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady book. The chalk ran on that, but our school name is Pathways Academy. Coming over here, I just have my fun, pretty little farm print that I found at a yard sale for like $1 or something crazy cheap like that. So these are not as great crayons, so if I have really young kids come over, this is what I give them. And this is like glue sticks and erasers and that kind of stuff. And then in here I have like scissor jars and paintbrushes and rulers. This is my history shelf. Now, I am not a highly organized person, but if you see this, you will think differently, but I promise I'm not. I'm just obsessed with history. So this is, sorry, making you guys dizzy. So this is all done chronologically, and I use washi tape. So anything that's purple washi tape is ancient history. Anything that's the teal color, aqua color, is Middle Ages, and the pink is American history. And I do have it laid out chronologically, so I know if I'm going to study the Great Depression, I'm going to go to my American history, and I'm going to go towards somewhere in the end. So this is like the Great Depression stuff. Just makes it a little easier. And I will show you what I do on our fiction shelf that kind of correlates with this. And just a spot for kids to hang up their artwork. Just a file folder. Our town does a rock hiding thing, so that's the rocks the kids are working on. This is where our weekly verse will be. And this is my shelf with just my resources that I'm going to need. This is kids' art that they're allowed to get into. These are the nicer paintbrushes. They're supposed to ask first. Paints, kind of some fun activity stuff. This is the glue sticks and the glitter. This has like the googly eyes and all that kind of art stuff in it, the felt. This is the like book fun stuff, so that kind of stuff. And then I have some toys back here. Mainly at this point, my kids aren't playing with this stuff anymore. I keep it for little kids who visit. I have this rolling cart with our poetry for our poetry tea time and some resource like the thesaurus and dictionary stuff right here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the bottom yet. Quilts, because the kids often take quilts and head outside, and so, oh, you can't really see that. That is bright. So outside, we have the door. Okay, sorry, I'm not sure what happened there. So the quilts with our back door, which I love having this off the schoolroom. Kids can just throw a blanket out here and relax, and I can see them if they're taking a quick recess. There's a raspberry patch you need to go pick. So it's kind of nice just to have this easy accessibility. Animals are all in there, so makes it easy. Okay, so we school at this table. And there are more chairs, but they've been taken to the garage for my son to work on his dirt bike and stuff like that. So markers, pencils and pens, crayons, markers, colored pencils. I just keep out on there. Then each one of my kids has a basket with their current curriculum in it. Matthew C. blocks. Stuff to keep our project file folder type stuff. These are my mom drawers. Kids are not supposed to access these unless they have asked permission. And this cupboard, I put like some of our morning time stuff that the kids are learning up on these clipboards. So we do like a element of the week and art study and that kind of stuff. So that goes up there. In here I have like paper, and this has like postcards and cards for the kids to use, envelopes, and extra notebooks, all the extra supplies I keep on hand for when we run out. Label maker, paper cutter, hole puncher, laminator with the sheets underneath, some CD stuff that correlates with school, some rolls of receipt paper that we'll use for timeline stuff. Apparently I really stocked up on sheet protectors, so this is all sheet protectors and divider tabs. Okay, and then up here I have some resources that I may need and just some stuff I need to file away. And I keep some of our project-y stuff up on there, along with some cute books. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be housed in here, but for right now I have some books that we are going to do this year, my high schooler and then us for sure. And then I just have some fun posters and stuff up on this wall. This is a cool timeline book. This is our fiction shelf. Well, it's mostly fiction. And that has bookmarks for the kids. Now you'll notice that some of these books have colored tabs on them. And that's so that they're not necessarily strictly for history, they're fiction that can be read at any time. But this way, if I'm doing something and I realize I don't have a reader for a certain age or whatever, for like Middle Ages, I can go over here, quickly glance at all the shelves in the house. The kids have the same thing on their bookshelves. So like upstairs in the little boys' room, they have their Magic Treehouse books. So if they have ones that correlate with the Middle Ages, I can just quickly look for a aqua tab and know that that's going to go with the Middle Ages, and I can pull that out and a kid can read a book about the Middle Ages. So if I say go pick a Middle Ages book, they can do that really easily. So kids fiction, and then this is our nature study area, and science. So this is all science books. Science books. And then you get to the nature stuff. So our nature book resources, these are our field guides and microscopes, and not microscope, magnifying glass. They're nature journals. And then we just kind of have stuff sitting out everywhere. And so this has like butterfly wings and moss and a teeny tiny pine cone and a robin's egg that didn't hatch from one of the nests. Just found this morning as I was sitting outside reading, and this is a hummingbird nest that fell out of one of the trees. And fossils, seashells, little magnifying glass here. Nests that we found on our property, rocks that we've gotten at the coast, and feathers, more nests. I like my bird nests. Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions about anything specific that you saw and want to know where I got or anything like that. Oh yeah, and that tub is for like project stuff that we're going to need for projects. So like if week 3 in science needs toilet paper rolls and Q-tips and magnets, that's where I'm going to pull it and put it until it's time. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or want to know any more about my school area or how we homeschool, just let me know. Those are all my homeschool mom resource books. Oh, and we have my cool vintage map in the globes over here too. And all the laundry. Okay guys, have a good day.